6 p.m. meeting called to order. Let's say the Pledge of Allegiance. Start on our budget. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right. Well, thank you everybody for making a special trip to Town Hall for our first budget meeting for the 2024 fiscal year.
Okay, so I handed you an appropriation report, which over on the side over here shows what's left. So you can kind of go by how much we appropriated and see how much we spent. I have one that I show whether we need a raise somewhere or not, like at the taxes and office supplies. If we've spent like more than half of what we appropriated, we probably need to raise it just a little bit.
Was there anything that we moved money from into because we,
didn't have enough?
right,
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
would that
And
show
if
up?
you look on this appropriation report that I gave you,
Uh-huh.
right there where it says forwarded, current, transferred, additional,
Okay.
under transferred, it shows
What
what we had to transfer in order to make ends meet.
Okay.
Or with a negative, it shows where it came out of. So not a whole.
The negative means that we had to transfer money.
We took
into
it out of that account to put it into another account.
Oh, okay.
Well, I got a question.
Well, I've got an answer.
Okay, after,
May not be a good one, but
you was talking about an increase of a raise or whatever for board members, but what,
No, I wasn't talking about for board members.
Oh.
I was just talking about raising like,
Raising the appropriation amount.
okay.
yeah, like
okay.
miscellaneous supplies, not otherwise classified. We've already used, almost half or more than half. So we need to maybe raise
Yeah.
it like $50
Okay.
or something like that.
Well, what my question was gonna be was, if, I know when we did, last time we got a raise, it was across the board. Does it have to be, I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna make an example. Say, the president of the board, could you, say we had got a 3% increase. Could you make, now, cause the board has a president, can they be 4 or 5% increase? Is that legal or
Well,
does that, I don't know.
I mean, I
That's a
suppose it
question.
can, but I don't think it'd be fair to, because Doug doesn't do anything to get a 5%.
he might hear you.
Oh, wait, no, on camera.
The
Cause to be honest with you, in his case, he does do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And goes to all these meetings and stuff like that, and I didn't,
could use some new glasses.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
We'll put that in the budget.
yeah, but I didn't know if, or if you
Do
could just do
other
it for
peo-
one.
Do other people's town councils, do they pay their, do they pay their president more than they pay their town council members?
That, I don't know. I know, of course, Plainfield's a little bit bigger than us,
Just-
but their board members stay like, Steve was on a committee. Each committee you're on, you get paid for being on that
Right,
committee,
right.
but, it was just kinda,
Yeah,
wanted
I
to throw
don't
that
know.
out there since he
Yeah.
does do all that extra, could you just do one and not the others or whatever, I
Then
don't
you
know.
guys would all be running for president every
If-
January.
Be
1st.
fighting. We'd have one of them for all.
Well, I mean, from what I remember Graham saying a couple of years ago, you can have a different pay level for different members of the board. It just has to be for a specific reason. So if the board wants to vote and say,
Yeah.
because of this particular
Because you
job
helped
role
do
that you're gonna do.
town manager stuff,
Yeah.
Or-
we're gonna get more money or something.
whatever, yeah, and so it would just depend on whatever, and then obviously that, whatever that role is, that person would be expected to carry
Yes.
out that role.
Yeah.
And whereas, I mean, like, the title of president of the board doesn't really, I mean, the only thing that tells me to do is I, yeah, I control the gavel and kind of the flow of the agenda, but that's it. I don't do extra things because of being the president.
Yeah.
I do, I mean, the extra things just because it's convenient for me to help out and do extra
Yeah.
things here, so.
Yeah, I get that. So I know that,
Yeah.
at the police, they have an annual law enforcement manual that they do that's $3,000. So I'm gonna have to put that into the budget, because I had to transfer money this year in order to pay for it. We need to put grant fund match money in again, because we didn't put any in this year. So we've got, over in, edit, we've got a space there that, well, we did do a additional appropriation to put money there, but we didn't put anything in to begin with.
Now, like Miranda told us we could use motor vehicle highway funds for the CCMG.
Yeah. So
That
we'll be
grant, so that grant, we don't have to have a special fund for it, we just have to do an appropriation when it comes time to pay in that grant.
Yeah, we'll have to do a. Yeah, we'll have to do like an additional appropriation to put, it and make a grant fund match appropriation to put it into that. But I don't think they have any say-so on whether we spend it or not. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Like
Right.
editor and,
Yeah.
Yeah,
where they do general and local road and street and that. So we need to, we're gonna have to do that. We do have a grant fund match in the general fund that we can put an amount, just whatever amount, I don't know what amount you want me to put, like 25 there and 25 in edit, or,
well, so the grant that we got from Okra for the, planning,
crossing? Oh,
no,
the planning grant?
for the comprehensive plan update. That grant money, that would be kind of what you're talking about with having a grant fund to pay
Right.
that kind
And
of a
when do we
thing.
pay that, next year or
So,
this year?
I think that we have 1 year from the award of that grant to pay
Okay.
all of it. 365 days. So, I suppose that would probably depend on American Structure Point when they want their money. They haven't, I don't know that they've necessarily, said, hey, I want
You know, I haven't seen
your
the
grant
bill or
match
anything,
part
yeah.
yet, but, we have, and I mean, is the Okra grant, did they, did that work out? That works as a draw, just like our, sewer,
Yeah, I believe so.
so they don't just give us
not-
the money and then we give it
No,
to American Structure Point. The
right,
state keeps it, and we just
as far as I know,
draw it and
yes.
funnel that money to
Yes.
American Structure Point as needed.
Yeah, but the one that you're talking about, they will probably bill us for that, won't they, though, the
Right.
planning grant? Yeah.
Yes, American Structure Point will, yeah, they'll bill you, whenever they're ready for that money. Which, that's moving along, fairly nicely, so we have a meeting on Monday with a group of community members here at the town hall, so.
Well, I was looking on that one, of course, we didn't spend the $750 on the dumpster because they were donated.
Right,
Do we just wanna leave that amount in there? I'm sure he will do the same thing next year.
well, what if he doesn't?
but he doesn't, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's,
If we can raise it, I think now would be a better time than
Yeah,
trying to move it.
but the cheapest,
I mean, it's something that you're gonna have to do, you're gonna have to raise it to like $3,000 or $4,000.
yeah,
so-
a minimum I got was that trash place there on 40, and that was about 1750,
Yeah,
so.
cause I've got raise and a question mark there.
Yeah. And another one, I don't know, I don't think, I haven't seen it, whether it's on there or whatever, is on our town maintenance, we do, 20 hours a week? If, I was thinking that real, maybe we ought to move that to, you could be 30, that don't mean you'll work 30, but,
Yeah, I've got
'Cause there's a
question
lot-
mark- I've got a question mark beside that too.
okay.
Now, at one point, our town maintenance allotted hours was 30 hours a week. And
Yes.
then
Cut it back to,
was there a
21,
specific
something like
reason
that.
why we did that, or?
because we cut the amount that we were paying out.
Okay,
I thought that too was so we could give the town manager more money, expecting the town manager to do a few extra things
That might have been.
that the town assistant wouldn't be doing.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong.
That might have been. Cause we had the assistant town manager, we have it in the edit fund for 20,000.
I'm sorry, I got that wrong. We put it into the assistant town manager's pay because he would be doing things that the maintenance person would not be doing.
Right.
Right, I think
Sorry,
that
not
is
town
right.
manager, just
Yeah.
town manager, maintenance. That's why we moved that around, I thought.
all right. And I mean, I don't know how much of that discussion we need to get into today, but
Yeah. Just
I
something
think we had
to think about.
decided to kind of not look at hiring another assistant town manager and just move that money and make it available for a maintenance position so that we could offer more money to that maintenance person, because we weren't getting as many.
But if you do that, the assistant town manager money is in the edit fund and the maintenance is in the motor vehicle highway fund. And you can't move it from one fund to the other without paying it back.
Gotcha.
So, my opinion
Well,
is
she-
you leave it in the edit fund because fund report.
Yeah.
Here.
Thank you. The edit fund has $103,000, so you got plenty of money in there to pay the maintenance man out of the edit fund.
Okay.
That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, that makes it simpler, just to leave it.
That makes it
That
simpler,
way.
easier for you to move and pay, right? Okay.
Right. But that'll be for next year, so we gotta figure
Correct.
out this year if the maintenance guy runs out of money, which
Getting close.
I'm thinking he might.
Which one is that? General under general?
It's in, the appropriation report, page 2, down at the very bottom, town maintenance.
Okay.
Okay, so he started out at 20,000. This goes through June the 15th, so his June the 15th pay is included in this. So,
He's gonna run short.
And he's used 77.
no, he's got that left.
Oh,
That's
he's
what's
got that
left.
left,
He's got
okay.
So he's used 23% in just 3 pays, I believe.
Right.
So I'm thinking he's gonna run out of money.
Yeah, I told him, I said, you don't have to do everything
Well,
every day.
I told him, I said, you don't have to work every day, it's a part-time job,
Yeah.
it's 20 hours a week, I said,
Yeah.
you don't have to, but he's turning in over 30 hours a week,
Oh.
every week.
I said,
But
if you
he's
don't,
I mean, he's doing stuff, it's not like he's not doing anything.
I said, if you don't get it done today, don't worry about it, you can, another
You
day.
can do it tomorrow.
I
But
passed him on his porch on Saturday afternoon when I was walking back. He was sitting on his porch. He goes, "I'm wore out."
Oh, he's down there cleaning out the stuff by the Pizza King and.
He was doing that this
He
morning.
put all that mulch in
I
down there.
said, why don't you, well, he wasn't supposed to put the mulch in yet, but
Oh.
maybe he did. I said,
Yeah.
why don't you get your little tiller out and till this stuff? Oh, I can't get down that far because I'll get into that plastic down there.
Yeah.
I said, buy some more plastic. Oh, anyway. So it's just, I mean, it's just things like, you need to tell me what to do, but it's
Yeah.
things like, postage is probably gonna have to be raised because we've had to buy stamps for 2 months for
Oh, yeah. we do.
sewer bills. The telephone, 101-324 is, we've almost used 50% of it, so I probably will just raise it a little bit. Now, here's my other thing. I have texted Matt, I don't know how many times, to get that one phone taken out that he got for the park. We're
Yeah.
getting charged almost $30 a month for that. They won't let me do anything because I'm not the one.
It's not in your name.
It's not,
Right.
it's in his name, so somebody else that he will listen to needs to text him and tell him that we need to get rid of that.
I can do that.
Please do. Cause I've talked to Verizon and they won't let, I talked to this one guy and he said, I can't let.
What happens if you
anything
don't
for
pay Verizon and then they disconnect it?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
It'll only take a couple of months and be gone
I
anyway.
mean, we've been paying for that for over a
Yeah.
year and it's just sitting in there.
And that's with Verizon,
Yes.
and it's the extra phone.
Well, I mean, our thought process was we were gonna like have people at who have rented the space at the park who run into problems and they need a way to get a hold of somebody from the town on a Saturday and say, hey, the
The water won't turn on.
water won't turn
Yeah.
on, the toilet's plugged up, the
Yeah.
electricity's out. Something where we would need to go over, because they've paid money
Yeah.
to be in that
Yeah.
space. We want them to
Yeah.
enjoy all the amenities of
Right.
it. And obviously, this was our first thought, and it didn't work out. It wasn't the
No,
right.
It hasn't worked for a year.
It wasn't the right route to go
Right.
to fix that problem. We have to come up with some other solution to that
Plus,
issue.
I do believe they're still billing me for the sewer plant, which he hasn't had anything down there for 3 or 4 months, and he doesn't have it at all now. He has AT&T
So
now.
when I called for down there, I found out that his name is the only name on there, as you just stated, that can call in. So what we need to do is talk to him about the phone, but also talk to him about adding another person, you or someone on the board, whatever,
Mhm.
or Judy or somebody, to be able to call in and make changes and adjustments
Yeah,
and speak with an account representative about.
a representative, yes.
Now, I have Verizon also for my cell phone service, and they are very difficult to deal with this. My wife will be what they call the account holder for a while, and then I'll need to make a change, so she'll call and give me permission. So then they'll switch me to being the account holder, and they'll take her off. They won't leave us both on simultaneously. So then I have to give her permission again when she needs to make. I mean, it's
Yeah. Now, the guy that I talked to at Verizon was very, I mean, he tried as much as he could to help me, and he gave me another number that I could
Right.
call, which I called, but I never got anywhere with it. But that needs to be done, because I know they're still billing us for down there. We
Okay.
shouldn't be, they should be paying us back for probably 5 or 6
Overtime.
months down there. Not paying us back, but not charging
Yeah.
all the other ones.
All right,
Yeah,
I'll
so-
I'll get a hold of him and see if we can get the phone removed and get it either change a new addition to the call list or approve change the list,
Somebody else.
or get it changed to somebody else.
And then also ask him about, showing Pete how to change the code on that. I mean, can't we just put that program on his laptop so that he can go down there and change it with his laptop?
Probably.
yes, that is. absolutely something that can happen.
Yeah,
You don't
Whether-
learn code
Whether it will or not, that's another
that's
story.
true.
part.
But it can happen.
Okay, got it.
Okay,
He can also be just given a master code, because when those come from the factory, I mean,
Right.
they have
Yeah.
a master code where you can just manually do it also.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know Matt likes to use the technology of the laptop, but you don't have to have that. You can do it
I
at
bet,
the keypad.
I bet through the
Yeah.
software interface, you can also see what the master code is or change it.
Yeah. Yeah, because after Pete and I installed the one on the food pantry and the town garage, and then talked to Matt about what we did down there, he brought his laptop and changed the master code so Pete and I couldn't get into it anymore. So,
well, you know, I probably would do that too.
right. Those- Don't want those elected officials having the code to get into things. All right, so we'll work on the phone, but so you think if we get rid of that phone and we get rid of the billing for the phone that's non-existent that we don't need to increase the amount there,
No, we
or
probably won't have to, because
Yeah. Okay.
that's $60 a month,
so
yeah.
that'll help with that line
So that's
item?
$720 a year, so yeah, no, I wouldn't think so.
Okay.
So it should be all right.
Now, what about, fuel for the police cars that we're gonna,
Yeah, we
Okay.
probably, I think I've got that on here too.
Oh.
With 3 cars, I'm sure we're gonna have to raise it. And it's in a couple of places. No, I guess it's just in general now, because you can only, your motor vehicle highway can only have, I think it's 10% of the total budget of motor vehicle highway can be for anything that goes toward police. So you kinda have to put it into different funds. That one I think is,
It
three
looks like,
twenty-six,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, it looks like for the year, we're about right where we need to be for the
Yeah.
year. We're gonna be
Don't
okay,
run another vehicle.
but if you're gonna add another vehicle, so that would be,
Yeah,
you need to add another 2250 to it,
yeah, okay.
make it bounce out right at the end of 2024.
Okay. And I didn't know what Thomas needs. This year we bought bulletproof vest, I think.
yeah, you got some back.
So I don't know whether we should put $5,000 in there in case he has to buy a radio, if he can't get one with a grant. I guess I can
think-
ask him before I do anything.
Yeah, he told me he put in a couple of different grants recently, so, but.
But
I don't
that's
know
not a
what the-
guarantee.
Right, grants are definitely not. Jenny, your office supplies for clerk, you only have 32% left. Do we need to increase that, or do you feel
Yeah,
like?
I think I have it on there that I need to
Yeah.
raise it just a little bit, yeah.
Does that include stamps, or stamps coming out of something
No,
else?
stamps come out of postage, but that includes paper. Judy, we can go through some paper, can't we, Judy?
Yes, we can.
Paper and ink and, you know, anything like that. I do need a new stapler, my stapler is a piece of shit. But I think even if we just raised it like $250 or $300 probably would be enough.
Well, it seems like every 2 or 3 months they raise the price on stamps.
Yeah.
And Staples, I just got a thing from them that said they're stopping their Staples charge thing, so I guess I'll just order it with the P&C charge or something. They didn't say they were doing anything different or gonna do a
They
different
just got
kind of
rid-
charge,
getting
they're
rid of
just
it.
getting rid of it.
Okay.
then like the miscellaneous supplies not otherwise classified, that's like, toilet paper, paper towels. What did you say you bought? You bought 3 things out
Behold, a
of it.
pledge.
Behold, pledge, that
Yeah.
kind of
Stuff like that, cleaning.
Yeah, cleaning stuff.
Behold.
Where you buy that at?
My garage.
Oh,
I didn't
usually
buy
get
it, I brought it.
She brought it. I usually get it at, if I go to
But it
Staples
needs-
or
yeah.
if I'm at Walmart or
okay.
somewhere.
With the amount our insurance has gone up, do we need to add any into that, that appropriation fund for insurance? What was,
Just so.
Well, we might. I mean, we have $770 left. I've paid the premium out of this, so we do have that left.
oh, okay, so that's,
And
we've
then
paid for the whole year for
Yeah,
that,
and
okay.
edit. There's, oh, that was only, there's 4,500 left there. And
Okay.
it's already been paid too, so
All right.
I'd say it probably should be okay.
Very good, thank you.
On that second page there where it says general LP gas, that's for the building here, correct?
Yes, yeah.
And
Um,
960 left, so. You know, I don't know
They
if they're,
used to just bill us, we're on the budget, and they used to
Yeah.
just bill us like September through May. But now they bill, they changed it this year and they bill every month, so I'm probably gonna have to do a transfer to get through that and figure out what the, I think it's 400, well, it's 465 a month. Right now, it went up quite a bit this year.
yeah, I was gonna say, it's probably not gonna go down.
No,
No.
no, so that would be 4650, 900, $5,600.
Is that gas for, LP gas for all the facilities?
Yeah,
Ju-
for here
this-
and the garage.
Right.
Go back up to insurance for just a second.
Mm-hmm.
Is that, have we paid a premium yet on the new police car?
Probably not. I don't know whether Pete added it in when he had the insurance people come or not.
So we better kind of figure,
Maybe we better figure a little bit more. I don't know. I don't know whether Pete gave him the new police car when they got the insurance or not. I have to check and see.
I know he was able to take a couple of things off that they still, I mean, I thought we went through it last year and took things off, but they still had equipment on there that we haven't
He said
had.
like the pressure washer, they have it at
Oh, yeah,
$2,000, and he said it probably cost him $450 or something, and they
Right.
had it insured for $2,000.
crazy.
I know. Okay, so insurance, I'll check and see whether it's been included yet or not.
Yeah, 'cause all this is just our basic, get it going and then you'll
Yes.
finalize everything,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, I'll work on this tomorrow,
Did-
and
Yeah.
I can email everybody a new thing and see what everybody thinks.
The last time you talked to Miranda, did she give you an estimate or an idea on how much our max levy is gonna be for this year? I know last year was,
We have a meeting July
it was 5% last year,
Uh,
so I'm assuming it's gonna be around 5% again this year, just because of the way the economy has been
Mhm.
acting, but I don't know.
27th,
we haven't, okay,
1:45.
okay, so that's when she'll tell us all that, July 27th,
Okay,
which is when I have to have all
Max.
this done. I hope that's not the week of the
'cause
Fair.
bridge fair.
It would be,
I think 4-H fair is a week before.
okay.
Gotta go see my kids.
Maybe last time.
It will be the last time.
Mm.
And then the workman's comp that's right underneath the insurance. I believe it was almost $4,000, but I took some of it out of sewer since there's payroll in sewer also, so.
Got my finger.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Got our first claim with new insurance. Not a good one.
Okay.
And I don't know what you, like, in motor vehicle highway, and my neck hurts. Operating supplies, town vehicle, we only have 14% yet left. So that's like,
TV went off. I think my foot hit that wire.
Oh.
Yeah.
Looks like we're still working though.
Oh. I was just-
You were talking about motor vehicle highway, which one?
the operating supplies town vehicle,
Ah, yeah.
that's like for every town vehicle we have, for all the side-by-side, the
Bucket truck,
bucket truck,
dump
everything.
truck.
So we're down to, right now, we only have 14% left of it, so we might wanna raise that up a little bit.
Yeah.
And the police, I mean, they're doing pretty good. They've still got 90% of their money left.
Is that gonna be, take a toll on outfitting some more stuff for the new vehicle?
I think we've got enough money left in the CARES Act that we can take it out of that.
That's all. You just pulled that out.
Okay.
It's working now.
And the bituminous is, like
Paving.
patching holes, you know, all the stuff that, did you learn a lot at your paving?
Well, is that, I see on this one page, like
Right.
paving and resurfacing, you've got, 8274, and then the next one below it, that's, paving and resurfacing, that's 22,000, so.
Yeah,
so
that, the 22,000 is motor vehicle highway and street.
Oh, yeah.
And the 8274 is local road and street.
we
And
can-
then the one up above that paving is 4,500, that's, motor vehicle highway.
Yeah.
And we have paid, whoever did the paving,
Citywide.
citywide, we paid them. So this is after we paid our June bills.
Oh, very good. Yeah, the paving class was very informative. I didn't know there was so much to know about asphalt, but it's quite interesting.
So are you qualified to do it now?
Now,
Yes.
that's when we get paid more.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, at the next town council meeting, I'll share some of the strategies that Pete and I came up with while there about our roads and what we can potentially do differently to save us a little bit of money in the long run and help our streets look better. So.
Okay, so if we're not gonna have an assistant town manager, I can take all that money out of edit, or just make that maintenance instead of town manager.
I'd say make it maintenance.
Do we have
I
a
don't-
beautification fund?
We do not. We have miscellaneous improvements of 6,500. Jerry's awful worried that the pond is going dry.
Well,
It's so
He said it's
low.
well, if it
way-
don't rain, they don't get a lot of water, that's, and it
Yeah.
evaporates.
It's gone
Have time to get the excavator out and fix it like Waterboy wants us to do.
Yes,
So he
yes.
wants us to fix the slope and make it a little bit deeper. But,
But if you don't get rain, you don't get water in there.
Right.
yeah,
This is spring.
And then the ones down here on, oh no, you don't have that page. Page, I didn't do that one. I
She
thought
didn't
it
want
was-
you to see
I
that.
thought it was way over your head, you wouldn't understand.
pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
The bottom of page 4 and the top of page 5, where there's negatives, that's the sewer.
Yeah.
Jeff wanted it to be appropriated. You can't appropriate money you don't know that you're gonna get,
Yeah.
is what I tried to tell him, but he didn't like that. So anyway, some of them say non-appropriated in the thing that I haven't changed back, these need to say non-appropriated. That's why there's a negative.
Okay.
Okay.
And the bottom of general, where there's a negative 50/50. Dwayne Lane paid his hookup fees and his permit fees in one check, so I had to deposit it into one account and then transfer it to the other account. That's why that says that. So you want money in motor vehicle highway and local road and street paving?
Yes.
How much?
Well, we want, so HWC Engineering will apply for another community crossing matching grant this year. That the application gets submitted in August, and then the award would come out in October, November. But bids and stuff, we have 45 days, so it would be 2024 before we would have to pay our part of the match.
Okay.
So it would depend on how much of motor vehicle highway money we want to dedicate to that grant match process. The more we dedicate to that, the bigger the project we can pick up. Although, again, some of the stuff that Pete and I learned yesterday, I mean, we probably need to take on smaller areas and do a more appropriate fix. I mean, every time we've gotten this community crossing matching grant, we've just done a mill and resurface. But some of our roads have needed much more extensive repair. So, not to get too drawn out, Michigan and Kentucky were milled and resurfaced in 2018. And they are already down to a poor condition. And that's probably because it wasn't a mill and resurface that was the appropriate repair to do to those roads. And so that, I mean, it's been 5 years, but an appropriate paving job should have a road that lasts 14 years
Oh,
and not 5.
Yeah.
So I think going forward with what Pete and I learned is that we can start making more appropriate work requests instead of just a blanket mill and resurface everything.
okay.
That makes sense.
So if, I mean, I don't know that we necessarily want to
Do you want
do
to
100% of what we get in motor vehicle highway, but I mean, total amount of money that we could use out of motor vehicle highway for grant matches, how much? I mean, we get like 70,000 a year from the gas tax for motor vehicle highway. Does that sound right?
I don't know. Probably.
So how much of that do we want to funnel into community crossing matching
Right.
grant stuff?
Like,
If-
if you're gonna take out the maintenance, if you're gonna take the maintenance out of motor vehicle highway, then there's 20,000 that you can go ahead and put like toward grant fund match.
Okay,
You can make it a line item for grant fund match in local road and street and in motor vehicle highway restricted, so that we have more money to match.
local roads and streets looks like it doesn't get very much every year.
No, we don't
It's-
get, no.
Yeah.
It's probably, I don't know, I'd have to go do a receipt, revenue thing, I didn't even think
Okay.
about revenue.
But, so, in motor vehicle highway, we have a restricted, and then we have an unrestricted part.
Right.
And now the number I was thinking, and I mean, from what we've talked about before, that was a total amount, but a certain percentage of that has to go into motor vehicle highway restricted.
When you get from the state, I usually get about 3,200 a month. I have to put half of it in motor vehicle highway, half of it in motor vehicle highway restricted. Why, I don't know, but that's just.
That changed,
another rule.
that changed when they increased the gas tax in 2015, I
Yeah,
think.
it's been a few years that we
Right.
did that. Okay, so,
That was the deal that the legislature made to make raising the gas tax sound appealing to people. Is that,
Yeah.
okay, well, we're gonna,
so local road and street
Make it-
distribution for 2023 is 21,000 from the state. For motor vehicle highway distribution from the state is just shy of 40,000. And wheel and surtax is about $20,000, so it's almost 60,000 in motor vehicle highway.
okay.
But then you have to fund all your other stuff too, you know.
Right.
You're only bringing in
You have,
5,900, but you've got all these other things that you have to pay
Yeah,
for too.
we have to still do regular repairs,
Right.
street signs,
Right.
you know, that kind of stuff, snow removal. That all comes out of motor vehicle highway, right?
Yes. I was looking at something today, I kept looking at it, and I thought, that doesn't even look right. Well, it was an appropriation report for 2018.
Well, that would be
I
why.
thought,
And that's
why
another
is
piece
that
of paper to read.
much?
And our crossing guards salary comes out of motor vehicle highway.
Right.
And are we down to a zero balance in our ARPA fund?
We've got 12,123.50 left, and
Okay.
I think fixing up the cars that he said is gonna be around
That'll be
$12,000,
okay,
so
alright.
we won't, I hope it's not over 12,123.50.
So with the community crossing grant match for the project that we're currently have bids out. Although if we're,
I mean, you can
So
always
we're-
put it in there, and if they say it's too much, you can cut it in that specific fund.
so we're getting $5,900, and but then also the 20,000 you said in edit that we could use because we're no longer
Right,
paying an assistant.
Or need,
Cut
well,
it
you can
there.
cut it, yeah.
but you're not gonna have your 42,000
Yeah.
in for the, fire department next year,
Correct.
Right.
so there's that.
Yeah.
Not that you have to do it all, but you could always put 40,000 for grant fund matches
Yeah.
in general, and it's gonna kinda, you know. And then if we have to, we've got 24.5 left there, if we don't have to do anything at the building, we can transfer that over to the grant fund match.
Yeah.
That's why we got you.
I guess, transfer. Which is not any more money than was set out in the original budget.
All right, so let's let's
Yeah.
put the plan on paper that we want to shoot for $50,000 for grant match for community crossing for next year. And then we have these backup plans if
Okay,
that doesn't work on the surface. Were there any other big items on your list of things that we needed to
no, we're gonna have to,
work on increasing?
Judy's money is almost gone, so we're either gonna have to raise that up or do something.
We'll have to get rid of Judy.
Well, or there's that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is that.
Poor Judy.
I know.
Our court cost area, is that,
I
do we
was,
expect that to go up or down, or our legal
Well, I don't know.
I would
next
say
year?
we need to look into that.
Cause last year, I think he went, I had to transfer money because he went way over what we had in there. And, yeah, I don't know. But this year, I've already taken money out and he's still got 88%, no, yep, 88% left.
Yeah.
How often does he bill?
Well, he bills monthly, but I think the bill that I got this month was for March and April.
So it's
So
about
he's a
60
few-
days behind.
yeah.
And say he don't use all that we appropriate, can you just transfer that money to the next year in his account, or you gotta put it back in a?
No, if he gives me a bill before the end of the year, I can encumber it over into
Yeah.
his account. If not, no, it's
Yeah.
just gone. I mean, you can transfer it somewhere else if you need it before the end of the year.
Yeah.
I think most of
Yeah.
the stuff that I have, like a raise, is just things that I've looked over here and see that we've used up too much money. So I'll for sure put $50,000 for grant fund match. I don't know what you want me to do about the, deputy clerk's pay and the maintenance pay, cause the maintenance, 20,000 isn't gonna do it. I wish I had my calculator. 20,000
Well-
isn't gonna do it.
So, and Pete sent me an email saying, talking about the maintenance person, and if we increase, they get $20 an hour right now. If we increase the allotment, allowing them to work 30 hours every week, that is $31,200 for the year. And currently, we've got a salary ordinance that allows $20,000
Right.
per year. So that would increase by that $11,000. Well, $10,400 because it's actually $20,800 because of 52 weeks. But so if we increase the hours that we're allowing on average, then that would mean we have to budget more. We have to find some money to move into that.
Well, or, I mean, you just in the edit fund, put in the 31,200 for maintenance.
And then talk to him again about, that you don't have to work every day. I mean, he's a good worker, but you don't have to start
And
at
the
6 or
thing is,
7
when
in the
winter
morning.
comes,
He's not.
there's not gonna be 30 hours a week of work a week to do.
True.
Unless it snows every day for
Or
3 or 4 months.
are we talking about increasing his hours or increasing his pay or both?
Both.
Well,
Because his
the-
hours right now are only 20, or supposed to be.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what we budgeted for, is for our maintenance person to get paid $20,000 over the year, which works out on an average of about 20 hours a week. So, if he's going to continue working 30 hours a week on average, then we need to just bump that up from that 20,000 to 31,
How much does that come out to an hour? What's he making?
$20 an hour.
That was in the ordinance.
So does he need 30 hours, or is he doing busy work to make it 30 hours, such as instead of spending $20 on a roll of plastic, he's spending 2 hours digging it out so he doesn't break what's in there? If that's the kind of hours he's getting, we don't need those hours. We just send him down to buy a roll of plastic and save $20. It depends on what the extra money is for. In my opinion, it's, you know, if he's a hard worker and he's working and we're getting a good value at 31 hours, different than if he's doing stuff that's not cost effective.
And in the,
It looked like he was, you know,
And
I
he had
thought
a hoe.
he's on his hands and knees doing this, and
He could use a shovel, and I was wondering about too, why didn't he just take the dump truck with the mulch in it down there and park it? Instead of using the little side-by-side and filling it
I
up,
don't know,
but yeah.
I don't know,
Talk to Pete.
yeah.
I was gonna say, that's Pete's job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
To be managing what
he's doing.
he's
I do.
doing.
Better direction.
Yeah,
that's what I'd wanna know before we add an extra 11,000 there. If that's what we decided and we're going over, we need to know why.
Yeah, I agree. I think
okay, well,
that'd be helpful to, huh?
I will hold off on raising that one.
Okay.
But now Judy, when she comes in, we just work.
I'm embarrassed. I didn't
John,
want
be
this.
quiet.
I'd go ahead and add
No, we
40,000
have
for Judy then, and
Okay,
just go ahead and add
there
it.
we go, there we go.
Sure, that's worth it.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of stuff done in there just in those 6 months, but then it got to the point where she didn't have any money left, so we were like, well, I don't need you today.
But I'd like to be in on this.
Yeah,
Are the,
You know, and I don't, other money's not there for me to be in on this. I mean, I think I've got enough left to come to every board meeting or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what to do, I guess is what I'm saying.
You need more hours added.
yeah, because when we first started, we didn't think it would be that many, but we've done a lot of like,
Well, the
Re-
year-end report took up
yeah,
a lot of hours.
And the ARPA fund report
Yes,
took us
oh,
about
yes,
2 days.
2 full days of just
Yeah.
Are you 20 hours now? 30?
20.
You're 20.
There's probably a lot of, old paperwork
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
probably
We've done
needs to
a-
be
We've
Yeah.
done a lot of lean stuff.
scanned and
Yes.
put into,
Still got a
Yeah.
lot we could do,
Yeah.
but
We haven't gotten any of that done yet, the scanning that we wanted to scan in and get rid of all those old files and stuff. Because we have to watch 25 words or less.
that's bad.
Well, and,
So,
I mean,
I don't know what we're gonna do, I guess we're just gonna have to figure out how to get her through the year.
the,
If everybody's agreeable to me getting through the year, I guess, but that's
Well, we got 140607 left.
so you don't think we have enough in there for Judy for the rest of the year, is that what you're saying?
No, she's only got 31% left and her June money
Or
is
less.
in here,
right,
Okay,
yeah,
So
we're less than
at
halfway
least
through the year.
20%
yeah.
of what we need for.
so something I've been trying to find here and I can't find it, so where's the money that we paid for the swing set and stuff down at the park? Where is that, and we don't have to budget that again this year?
No, it's under the ARPA money.
Okay,
On the second page, the next to the last little paragraph thing, that's the police car, half of the 64,000 for the,
what it says.
swing set. And
okay,
then we have 12,123.50 left.
okay, all right. I just couldn't find
Yeah.
anything about parks
Yeah.
expenditure.
Each year, well, for 2 years, we got 119 and some change, so about $240,000 in 2 deposits.
And that's why we still have 12,000 left of that, is what you're
Yes.
saying.
And we paid for the police car and we paid for the,
Park,
park, the swing set,
I know what you're
the
saying.
playground equipment.
Yes, that's better.
Yeah.
Which,
Both,
my sister said, that is so nice, and I said, well, it should be.
It is
Both
nice.
sets, right?
It is
Everybody
very
says-
nice.
everybody
It was both
says-
Busy every day.
What?
it was both sets of playground.
Yes,
Mm.
yes. Yeah, it is, I haven't even been up close to it, but from the road, it's really nice looking. I haven't been swinging yet, just a swing.
now, how much of the deputy clerk treasurer's pay comes out of sewer?
Nothing does.
Nothing,
Which
even though
should.
she does sewer bills.
Yeah, we should have put some in sewer too. But, I mean, we've already done the salary ordinance. The only thing you can do is
We can amend the salary
amend the
ordinance.
salary ordinance.
No.
We could amend it and put it in the sewer fund,
Right. I think, I mean, as much as you guys work on sewer stuff,
yeah.
I mean, you work on
2 months
liens.
in a row, it took us all day because
Right.
of,
When it should have taken us till noon.
Now, the thing with the stamps, and I know, because I know that takes you guys
Yeah,
a
I
long
know.
time to get that. Have we,
What he's gonna
have
say.
you gotten to, because the company that prints those pages for you, they were gonna start being able to put the stamp on there before you order it, right? Weren't we?
no, keep boys,
Oh,
What are we-
because I thought when we looked at trying to get a stamp machine, you had
I
also
think
kind
our biggest thing was with the stamp machine, we still have to fold and
Right.
tear, and I don't know how,
right.
I don't know whether that would work that good.
But I do remember something about,
But there was at one point somebody told you, oh yeah, we can just
go ahead and
print it.
stamp it for you.
on the
Well, let me check into
on
that
the
because
envelope,
I need to
and
call
that
her.
way, and but you at the time you had just ordered like 2,500 of those,
I think
so
that's
it
true.
was well we can't do it now because you would just have to throw those away.
Yeah.
But
Well, this is
the next
June.
order you were going to get that
Get that done.
stamp already put on those postcards. That will save you at least an hour,
Yeah,
at least. I know when I came in and helped you putting stamps on
Yeah.
postcards, I was like, oh my heavens.
Wow.
But, yeah, so,
And in
but,
May, when they had my bills bass backward on the,
Oh,
how they were fed into the machine.
Right.
you got them yet?
No. She was gonna have them for me on Wednesday, and it's June now, and I didn't get them for June either. So I need to call her again tomorrow. And I will check on the
So-
postcard things.
yeah, but I do think that, like I said, the amount of energy and work that the two of you do on sewer bills and sewer liens and that part of Judy's pay should come from the sewer fund, the sewer
Okay,
monies.
yeah.
It makes
And
sense.
so, I think that's an easy place to find
Whose phone is going?
Mine.
Okay.
a little bit for,
Trying to
at,
ignore it.
for,
You guys.
you know, for
Okay.
the remainder of this year and whatever we need to amend our salary ordinance to do. And then next year, just make sure that that's
That's how
already
That's
set
how
up
you
and
put it
included.
in the salary.
That, yeah, that it's part of the, I mean, does everybody agree with that and okay with?
Okay, can I go ahead and put like
Yes.
4,500 in the sewer for that? Or do you want me to take it down to whatever, I don't know what you make, 1733
Yeah,
or
it's-
something like that?
Whatever that.
You
raise
got a
is.
raise?
I did, Jimmy.
Here, I've been saying $17 an hour all this
She's
time. I
hilarious
should
when
have,
make
I need to
$17
say
an hour.
1733.
I got
now.
33 cents going.
All right.
Even the auditor that came, was it last year or year before? Last year.
Yeah, she was.
There's Judy that makes $17 an hour.
I think
I like-
Clayton knows
I like that auditor. She was
Me
great.
too.
Oh,
I
she
tell you
was
what,
good.
Wasn't her
man.
name Lisa?
I don't
I think
remember.
so.
She was
Yeah,
hilarious.
I liked her.
Yeah, hope we could get her again. But I know.
Okay, so I'll do that for the July meeting. And then I'll say, Judy, come on down.
Okay. Well, I can go ahead and work a little bit. I know, well,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it.
I'm gonna put a line item in the edit fund for the hotspot down there, cause that's $30 a month.
Mhm.
And then,
And is the hotspot for the wastewater treatment plant in the wastewater treatment budget, or
yes,
is it in the same?
yeah, because it's not budgeted. It
And that's
just
in,
comes-
the- you got that in
Yeah.
there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we have a waiver for people to sign if they if they take a bounce house to the park? I thought we had a waiver and I can't find anything.
The
Yeah, we did.
the last time we did that, we made the
Had a waiver, had to
They
post
had
some
to-
kind of a,
they had to have their own insurance to cover it. Whoever was putting the bounce house up,
They had to bring us a copy of their insurance.
right?
yeah.
And then I think that the waiver part was the company that owned the bounce house, and we had to see a copy of that also. But so
I'm surprised the insurance company doesn't make us have an accord statement from me. We should probably check on that if we're gonna,
Okay, cause this lady, she's gonna use the park in August, and
once a
she wants a bounce
house.
house, and I told her, I think, I thought we had a waiver at one time, but I couldn't remember.
There was something about that I remember, but Matt organized. He had bounce houses
Yeah,
for
Yeah.
music in the park, and
Right.
he had all that. So when you
If you
talk
could
to
get a hold
Matt
of him.
about the code and the phone, ask him about what we did with the bounce house waiver.
Yeah.
but isn't that something that comes from the bounce house company? They'd
Right.
be liable for it, not the person that rents it, right?
I don't know.
I know.
Well, she said when she went over to the fish fry, that they had to sign a waiver before the grandson jumped in the bounce house
Yeah.
over there.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Oh,
I thought you meant that for the bounce house to even be there. You're
Well,
talking about a waiver to.
maybe
Yeah, that's what I
both.
thought you
I
meant
mean,
for it to be there.
no, a waiver in case
Oh.
someone gets hurt on
Yeah.
our property. I thought we had something like that.
Should we ask the insurance?
Could
No,
that
I
just
don't
be-
think we
I'm not
did.
talking-
Couldn't that just be some kind of a asterisk rider at the bottom of our
Of our-
rental agreement?
We need to
that-
fix that
that,
anyway.
Okay,
You know, if you're gonna have a bounce house, you are also stating that you're not gonna hold the town liable for anything that may happen in the bounce house or to anyone.
okay.
Well, and these, you know,
You
so,
going in and jumping and breaking your neck or
right,
something, yeah.
whereas, I mean, although
Attorney's coming after all of us if
Right.
that happens
Mhm.
anyway,
Yeah,
so.
it doesn't matter.
they are,
Waiver. or
yeah,
not.
so that's a good idea, and, you know, maybe we can, ask Pete to talk to, the insurance guy again and just say what's, with our coverage at the park,
Okay.
if a private citizen rents a bounce house for her family, I assume that's,
Yes, right. It's for
What's
her-
our-
It's for her grandson's birthday.
Actually, you gotta say their family, to be politically correct.
They them family.
They-
I think the company that rents the bounce house out should have a form, and it's called an Accord form, and their
Accord?
insurance, Accord, like a Honda Accord,
Yeah,
their insurance company will provide that to us with the coverage on it, with us listed. I'd have to do them every day. It's listed us as the payee if something happens, like, we're not responsible for it. They have those forms, you tell them you need an Accord and they'll send you their coverage right away,
so the
What
insurance
color
guy,
is
we
the
tell him
Honda?
that's what it is.
huh?
what color is the Honda?
This particular one's whatever
It's
color
gray.
you want, buddy.
It's that pretty burgundy color. Okay.
Yeah,
Now
so-
also,
yeah,
a
that'll be good.
lady with American with Disabilities Act called. Don't we have did we sign some kind of make up some kind of an ordinance about the Americans with Disabilities? Well, I can't find it. I looked all through my.
Well, it's
Yeah.
part of our pavement asset management
Our
plan,
PAMP.
our PAMP with HWC Engineering. And it was, they named me as the ADA coordinator now, cause I asked a question about it.
Okay, because she's supposed to
Like-
call me back tomorrow. She wants to come and talk to us about it. And I said, I don't really think you need to because we already have.
We got that booklet,
We've
the
already
ADA,
taken care of that.
Yeah,
that makes
um,
everything. It's just-
Right,
Actually, what I'm
HWC
gonna
Engineering,
do is tell her to call Pete.
HWC Engineering
Yeah.
put together a couple of different aspects with the pavement asset management plan, and one of those was our Title Seven, Title Nine,
Title
Title,
IX, it seems
something like that with the
Okay.
ADA, compliance stuff, and, you know, it, like, it didn't say we had to have 100% everything done, but if we did
If we did
improvements,
something-
if we made improvements, the new
Right.
improvement would
Yeah,
Yeah.
comply with the
Right.
code.
Yes.
Our, you know, our new sidewalks have the, you know, that
Right.
rubber. thing.
tactile, yeah, ramp thing, and our, you know, ramp out in front of the town hall and so on and so forth. So we have a handrail in the
Okay.
bathroom, we have all these things, and, you know, anything that we're lacking, they said you didn't have to rush out and spend a bunch of money.
But if you did something with that, she's supposed to
With
call
this.
me tomorrow, so I will see if I can find out.
And, you know, just along the lines of the ADA, our videos on YouTube, I have checked the box on there for it to auto do the captioning. So if somebody who needs closed captioning, when they're watching the YouTube video, they can click the button and it'll caption us.
Doesn't it usually tell how many people are watching?
One. There's one viewer right now.
What?
There's one viewer right now.
Where's it say that?
It's probably Katie.
Upper right-hand corner. And Miranda will let us know what percentage our max levy is when you talk to her in July, and then that'll